Alright, the Hawaii trip was off to an electric start because for some reason the train was doing this like holiday light spectacular thing, which was fun. And then we headed over to the airport. We saw that beautiful plane. We got some breakfast. We landed to the most gorgeous view ever. And yeah, we touched down. I think it was like 75 degrees, which was insane coming from the winter. We picked up our rental car, a beautiful convertible, and then we headed to 7-Eleven because I was starving and wanted to try that sushi. And then we drove over to Hotel Midi, aka my friends Kelly and Mike. They were the absolute best host ever. Kelly took us to a beach, and this was such a great way to start the trip because just the drive alone was so pretty, and it was so nice to see a beach right off the bat and just get a feel for Hawaii. Felt so blessed. We went into the ocean, we saw the sunset, and then we headed back to the apartment where we got Korean barbecue takeout for dinner and passed out. And Kelly and Mike's rain jackets. Okay, day 2 was a little bit of a rainy morning, but you know what? You can't have a rainbow without a little rain, folks, so that was all good by me. Our first stop was a coffee farm where we got coffee, as you would imagine. We got some coffee beans, and then we headed over to Zippy's, which was a Hawaiian fast food place. We ended up going there like 3 more times, and then we went to the Dole Plantation. Look at those rainbow eucalyptus trees. They were so pretty. Shane posing in front, me also posing in front for some reason, and then we finally headed in. This was just a giant gift shop where they had everything pineapple themes that you could imagine, from liquor to all these different Hello Kitty plushies. We got Dole Whip, and then we headed outside to do this Pineapple Express train, not this train. This was cute. It was just a slow ride around the farm. All the trees in Hawaii are breathtaking. I mean, just look at that. But yeah, it was cool to see all the stuff they were growing, namely pineapple, as you would imagine. So look at all those pineapples there. And yeah, after this, we just walked around the plantation a little bit more before getting into that car, and then we drove to a town on the North Shore where we just went into a bunch of different stores. We went into this little Snoopy surf shop, which is really cute, and then we got a shaved ice. We ate a lot this day. And then we just, continued walking up and down the street, going into all the different stores. We went into a Patagonia that they have those palm trees there in the logo instead of mountains or whatever. I'm not sure. The sun was finally coming out, so we got back into the car. We put that top down, and then we started driving along the coast. This was me trying to show you the water from the convertible. And yeah, we went driving. I was the passenger, of course. Fixing my hair, as always. When am I not? We just stopped at a bunch of different beaches along the way. So this was the first beach that we pulled into. The water was pretty rough, and that is indeed foreshadowing for what's to come. Shane dislocates his shoulder a different day, spoiler alert, but we're not there yet. Okay, we got back into the car, we got some poke. This was so good. They had so many different options at the grocery store, and then we took it across the street to eat it at this beach. This was absolutely delicious. Hawaii has a bunch of chickens, so they're just always wandering around, free roaming, and that was my sign to leave. I was not about to deal with that, so we got back into the car, and yeah, we just kept stopping anywhere we wanted to check out the beaches. Look at all these chickens. They're not like annoying, but I'm not trying to befriend them either, so I immediately got into the car and we kept it moving. We went to Waikiki to check out some of the stores. I mean, look at this mall. And look at these trees. I just cannot get over these trees. And then we headed back to the apartment. Shane wanted to go in the pool, but they have a strict no jumping rule, so he plopped on in. And then me and Kelly went on our shakeout run. We just did 3 miles around our neighborhood before going to dinner and having this amazing Chinese food. Okay, day 3 now. We had such a beautiful morning. We woke up pretty early, got right into the car to head over to Diamond Head because we wanted to get that hike done early to hopefully do it when it wasn't as hot. But it was still hot, but you know what? It was gorgeous. The neighborhood surrounding Diamond Head was so pretty. So that was really cool to see. We parked the car. That visitor center did not have a postcard. Slightly disappointing, but that's all good. Yeah, so the hike was just extremely inclined and hot right off the bat. But there's way worse things we could be doing. It was so pretty all the way up and so many different viewpoints throughout. Look at all those people up there. Oh, some GoPro footage of me hiking up that incline like an absolute champ. There was there were stairs, and There's like a tunnel thing that we had to go through right here. So this was like a pretty long stretch of cave, which if you know me, I'm extremely claustrophobic, but I was being very brave. Yeah, more stairs upcoming, and I was breathing extremely labored. Like, listening to this back, it's like, girl, you're about to run a marathon. Your cardio health should be up a little bit more than that, but it's all good. The view on top was so beautiful, and just loved that. After that, we got into the car, and we went to a beach that Mike recommended. It was so pretty. We just relaxed on the sand a little bit and then went into the ocean. Enjoy this prolonged clip of Shane walking into the ocean to meet me on his GoPro. So, yeah, enjoy. Nope, unexpected bikini reveal, but yeah, we just hung out in the ocean for a while, goofed around, played with that GoPro a bit, and just took it all in. It was really stunning and surreal. I feel like I haven't seen anything like Hawaii ever in my life. It's just so pretty.
Wow.
So cool.
Wow. I said wow about 1,000 times. Just said it again there, so please ignore that. But after this, we got into the car and we drove to a lookout point that Mike told us about. Yep, this lookout. So this is where a pretty historic Hawaiian battle took place. So it was really cool to see that. And then after that, we headed over to Pearl Harbor. We booked tickets to see the USS Arizona Memorial, so we did that right away. This was really moving and well done. After that, we just had lunch, then we headed back to the apartment. Kelly made bread, and then that night we went to Waikiki to pick up her bibs and have dinner. I love that Santa thing. This is Kelly and I taking a video of the fireworks.
Both of us recording it. Like, no.
Just laughing at our pose, recording those fireworks. Look at that Cheesecake Factory, but we had reservations at Duke's, which was delicious. I had the seafood pasta, and you can't go to Duke's without getting that hula pie. So that was a great night. Day 4 was another beautiful day. We woke up really early and headed over to Kualoa Ranch because we booked a UTV tour. So this was a lot of fun. So this was like a group tour, but we drove the actual individual vehicles. So Shane and Mike took turns driving, and me and Kelly just enjoyed the view. It was really dusty. So as you can see there, we were using those scarves, I don't know what they're called, to cover our noses quite a bit, but totally worth it. So this was really fun. It was just a group, like I said, and the tour guide would stop at various points and tell us like the history of the ranch and also different like movie facts, because a lot of movies were filmed here, most notably Jurassic Park. And it was just a lot of fun. This was one of my favorite things that we did. It was just so beautiful. These were the bones from Kong, I believe. Just cannot believe it, folks. There's a lot of different views, like the water, but then also like jungly part at the end with all these trees, and we saw a bunch of cows, and obviously seeing all the different movie sets and props are really cool. This was the Jurassic World set, which was sick to see right here. And then after this, we got back in the car and we drove. We got lunch. This was so delicious. This might have been one of my favorite meals that we had. We took it to eat it at a beach where the beach was called Pounders Beach. And again, that is foreshadowing because Shane went ahead and dislocated his shoulder in the ocean. He somehow looks fine here. Meanwhile, I was in the hospital room looking like this. I look like I just washed up on shore and followed him to the ER. But luckily, they were able to get that shoulder back in, and he was an absolute champ and in such good spirits. Shout out to this medical center that helped Shane out big time. After that, it was a little emotionally draining for me. I didn't even get my shoulder dislocated and I was emotionally drained, but I was in one of those moods where everything is just funny. So even though that was a lot, we got these malasada donuts and we just were like driving around and it was starting to rain and everything was just like so funny. This is one of my favorite memories after the fact, is just like laughing in the car with Kelly at these photos in particular. Look how funny these photos are. This one is my absolute favorite. Like, why is me and Shane standing like apart like we're strangers, and Shane is looking in the wrong direction. It just absolutely killed me. Okay, the reason I was in Hawaii to begin with, it was finally marathon day. We woke up and it was torrential downpouring, which was terrifying, but we had to buck up and head over anyway. Luckily, Kelly and I had ponchos, so we were slightly protected, but it was pretty rainy. The start was a bit chaotic. There's just so many people and puddles and a lot going on. They have fireworks, but they just looked like lightning because we were so far back. But there we go. We saw some of the fireworks pretty well. And yeah, we just waited at the start for it to begin. By the time we actually crossed the starting line, the rain pretty much stopped, which was good. So we were able to ditch our ponchos.
Oh, really?
But yeah, it was extremely humid and muggy and just puddly, but you know what? We had no choice. We had to do this thing, and that's exactly what we did. So the race started in Waikiki. They kept the Christmas lights on, which was fun to see. That's that Santa from earlier. Oh, this was our first porta potty stop, which for some reason the workers were actively trying to get rid of these porta potties while people were in it, but we were not moving. We had to go. And then we were off again. At this point, the sun was starting to come out and the sky was looking semi-clear. It was really cool to be in this downtown area because there's just so many like surfers running across to the beach. It was just very pretty. Look at these trees. I will never get over them. Oh, that's one of the elite runners. And yeah, this was like the Diamond Head area, so this was the start of a pretty big hill, but we powered through. I actually could not have done this without Kelly. She was so motivating and just in such good spirits and kept us at a consistent pace the whole entire time. It was just so special to have run this with her. She's the best. Okay, this is when we first came across Shane and Mike at that first stop. This is Shane's POV. These gorgeous pics, him handing me Gatorade, me handing him back Gatorade. Awesome memories there. This is my POV of Shane and Mike, his poor thing. I feel so bad. But yeah, we were off again. We saw Kelly's coworker. She made that gorgeous sign. This was the start of a pretty brutal stretch. It was just highway. It was hot. The sun was out at one point. Then it started misting, which felt good. But yeah, I didn't record much. This was fast forward to like the last few miles where we saw Shane and Mike again. Them recording us. I can't. And these were the pics that Shane got. We were so dead. Kelly was like, okay, we're gonna be leaving here like bats out of hell, and that's what bats out of hell looks like. And yeah, at this point we had only a couple miles left. I was in so much pain, so stiff, but the finish line was in sight. We were almost there. This was just so surreal. I can't believe we did this. It was a really challenging race and the weather was against us, but we powered through and I'm so proud of us. And then the sky decided to open up and downpour even more. And of course, we had to walk quite a bit to get to the car, but what's another mile when you just did 26?
My poor guy.
And yeah, we just went back to the apartment, showered, chilled, ate burgers, and passed out. Okay, this was our last full day, aka Shane's birthday. We went to a mall because between my exhausted legs and Shane's dislocated shoulder, our options were kind of limited, but you know what? We had fun. We built those Lego figurines. We got some acai bowls, and then we drove over to Kona Brewing where Kelly, Shane, and I cheers to his birthday. Mike had to work. We enjoyed the view of the harbor, and then fast forward tonight, we called an Uber where, surprise, Coco the bird was the co-pilot, which I absolutely hated, and so did Shane, but we stayed strong and powered through to Monkey Pod where we had our farewell/birthday dinner. And then yeah, this was the next day when we were flying out. Shane and I got breakfast. We mailed some postcards. We went to a blowhole, which you'll see in a moment, some water shooting out. And yeah, we just got some last good looks at Hawaii and just took it all in. We went to a Starbucks on the way back, and no matter how far I travel, I can't seem to outrun a Starbucks barista thinking my name is Murray. But you know what? I'm sure that's my fault. And yeah, we flew out, Nick's won some game, and I just reflected on this amazing trip. Kelly and Mike were the best hosts ever. I had so much fun with them and with Shane, and I just feel so lucky. All right, XOXO.